Hello, I am Jeremy Slager, Executive Director here at Ballet 58, and I'm here with Kayla Kowach, who is a solo artist with the company, and she is playing the role of Valencia in our upcoming production of La Llorona. So, Kayla, if you wouldn't mind, can you tell us about your character and kind of how her story develops throughout the course of the ballet?
Yeah, my character's name is Valencia, and she is Maria's sister. So it starts off as you're just seeing them as a happy family. There's a newborn, so there's a lot of excitement. And right in the very beginning, Valencia notices that her sister just isn't quite herself. And so there's a lot of care, but also confusion of what's going on. And throughout this story, you kind of see Valencia figure out more and more that Maria's not okay. And she kind of shoulders a lot of that and kind of makes it almost a personal responsibility to I'm gonna make sure my sister's better no matter what. I'm gonna make sure she gets through this. And so you see a lot of that, and there's a lot of pain and turmoil in that, but also a lot of beauty of just that unconditional love throughout the whole ballet.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that just blows my mind with ballet is that you're able to communicate so much without using words. So I imagine as you're trying to tell Valencia's story that there's got to be metaphors and other analogies of ways to kind of turn her movement into communication. So I'm just curious, as you are developing Valencia and as you are on stage, how do you physicalize that internal world of Valencia? Yeah,
it's definitely a challenge of not being able to use words. So we love to communicate, and dance has a much smaller vocabulary than the English language or any language, but we are able to kind of take different forms of tension and release and where that's located in the body to communicate to the audience in a way that makes them feel the information that we're trying to share. So for Valencia specifically, I think very naturally she moves with a very rhythmic pace, and many of the the community of this ballet does. And when she starts to feel tension, a lot of that shows up in her feet and in her rib cage. And for Valencia and Manuel, there's even a pas de deux that's dedicated to that rib cage movement, and it's the feeling of your heart jumping out of your chest when you just want to help somebody so badly. You wish you could just put their skin on and live their life for them, because you want to just carry them through that. And so you see that in the ballet of just that coming through in the dynamics of the rib cage and the feet and the way we're stepping into the floor. It just looks like the floor is uncomfortable because their whole surrounding is uncomfortable.
And so through Valencia's story, it's there's so much sorrow and heaviness, but it's you also catch those little glimmers of joy and that pure unconditional love that she has for her sister. So what are some of those moments in the ballet where you both kind of feel the weight, and then also moments where you feel that joy and that love?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's a lot of up and down for sure. I think all of the moments where Valencia gets the opportunity to just have that empathetic moment with Maria and just look her in the eyes, I think those are some of my favorite moments. There's one where she has a very intrusive thought, and in her mind tries to harm her children, and Valencia just gets to have this such tender moment and look at her and go I know you would never do that, and just sit with her in that. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about Valencia, is that she's willing to, even though she doesn't understand what Maria is going through, she is willing to sit with her in it and sit in the dirt with her. And just those moments of tenderness that she gets to have with Maria, they bring the hope back. And of course the end is another moment where Maria starts to come back, you see the life come back into her eyes at the end of the ballet, and that's just such a healing moment, I think, for Valencia's character as well, to be okay, I can breathe again, I have my sister back. And I think that those are some of the key moments for me.
After watching the ballet, what do you hope the audience feels, experiences, and walks away with?
Yeah. I hope that every person in the audience sees a part of themselves in the ballet. I think that no matter what, like, the story has a little piece of everyone in it, and I hope that people are able to feel seen and process something that's going on in their life through the art that's on stage. And my other hope is just that people will just decide to learn something. That if they don't know much about postpartum depression, that it sparks a hope and just a spark to go research, go find out more, and to just be thankful for all the mothers that they interact with, and just be ready to support people no matter what they're going through, because we don't know. So I hope that people just remember to open their eyes to that and just be curious about what's going on in other people's life instead of being judgmental, just being curious and being open to supporting them.
Beautiful. Now we have 3 shows upcoming for La Llorona. Which ones will you be playing Valencia in?
I'll be Valencia in September 21st at the Ames Center in Minnesota, and then I will be at October 6th at the Harris Theater.
We hope to see you there.